this, then that. If not, then don't. It's not too much of a leap to think that consciousness may mean we are being inhabited by some sort of player type intelligence.
The reason everyone loves to be like, oh, small world, is because it is actually, there just isn't enough processing power to render 7 billion consciousnesses. There are not 7 billion consciousnesses. Yeah, there might be 7 billion in the general algorithm of how many people are on Earth, but when you start talking to people, there's probably like a couple 100,000 AIs that are serving as the substrate for the, people experience that everyone's having on Earth. So when you find that the same people are 6 degrees of separation, it's not a surprise at all. In fact, it's a flaw in the system. And that's just a limit of the actual processing power of the machine that the sim's running on.
Well, have you ever encountered a non-player character?
I mean, you encounter them all the time when you're walking down the street and you don't interact with people. Like, it's just like in a video game. There's much less processing power being attributed to the automatons. But once you start interacting, then something has to actually serve as the intelligence behind that so-called, human.
Society is rapidly.
Yeah, I like that so-called human. I don't know if that can be heard, but so I've posted this in a large video. I get that. I mean, I didn't say trying to. I'm only belaboring this point because that was a huge, Devin Maggi and Maggi and Flat Earth Paradise. He got on a tangent. He kind of did a switch where he showed us the they, and then he switched over to oh no, don't worry about they. There's no war on humanity. They're all soulless beings. Don't worry about them. Because that's why I'm trying. That's why I'm presenting this. I cannot verify that's not the case. Can y'all? I cannot verify what I just presented. It's not the case whatsoever, because there's too many people that operate off a Rolodex of responses. One including my dad, and that's no slight against him. And he might just be, his objective required him to have a Rolodex of responses. But it's that bad, yeah. And that's in that movie, a big thing. They point that out. It's like I really identify. If you watch that Glitch on the Matrix on Hulu, identify with that man, that one guy that the red jewel head dude, where it's like his dad had a Rolodex, had a itinerary or whatever, and had a Rolodex of responses. I really identify with that. My dad has always had a limited script, limited Rolodex of responses. That's not neither good nor bad. That does, I don't know. That doesn't mean we can leave the Mashas with my left foot's. That's the problem. What I'm trying to say is this is just what a they or predator would do. Those who came to rescue and heal, to resolve what needs to be resolved, they would be thwarted at this point in a timeline by potential nonsense like this. It's not real, nothing solid. Even David Icke, that might be true, but it's all. Now I'm more highly suspicious of it than ever. It's like I investigated all this shit, all the physical physics paradigm, and they boil down to kind of that right there. It's like if it's all simulation, don't worry about it. Run off. This is what I feel like we're being prompted to do. Like run off to your goddamn private island and just enjoy your life and fuck the world. Fuck the inner cities. Fuck all the turmoil you've seen. Just run off. You that's not why you came here at all. You don't have to be here, but just go run and hide on your private desert island and live it on up. And don't that's what it feels like. So that right there, I can't verify that's not the case, but I cannot and am not going to gamble that all the child slaves, at least slaves in period. And those imprisoned bodies, my left foots, are soulless. That's the problem with the overemphasis on that paradigm right now. We got that right there. Well, they're just soulless. And they're just soulless. Don't worry about it. They don't really feel like you. They don't actually have a heart chakra. They mimic it. Then Masha wouldn't be wishing her captors had killed her because she cannot endure the nightmares no more. And lacks the courage to commit suicide. So therefore, boom, right there, she's not soulless. Or if she is, then we need to cancel ourselves out because we should not allow a soulless being to experience that much pain because they have no soul. and they're the most tortured creature possible in any potential reality, because they have no soul, yet they experience pain anyways, and no explanation for it, and they're in a hell we can't even consider if you're alive. Boom, there you go. We should not get to exist. If that's an if then. But what I'm trying to say is there's some ruse going on. That might be the case, but we got then we got this. We're just shifting to 5D consciousness, and that's what all these the Moshes and My Left Foot should do. Is just they haven't shifted consciousness yet. We're in a soul group. We're in our own little soul group, and we all do it different times, and we're all going to go to our private islands and hide while the world goes to hell. That I'm not buying that. That doesn't fit. That's illogical. So I'm only speaking to those that know. If you don't know, if you don't know you were sent here on a specific mission, then don't listen to this shit. I never was talking to you. And I'm not saying there's a specific mission. I sure ain't saying it ain't. I don't know what the fuck I could possibly do it for. I know I ain't got to be here. That's something I've always known. I ain't got the fuck to be here. And all I got is like the mark in my life. I got one of them marks. It's like I'm supposed to just, I can all do but worship that motherfucker. That motherfucker can't, I'm supposed to assume he's the Lord God of all everything. I have not built a temple and started holding services for it on Sunday. I mean, it's that goddamn bad. And, I can't break free for shit. I mean, like, I'm supposed to give over my own soul to it. And, I cannot verify what it is. He walks into my life like he's on stay. He walked into my life at the temple. He came to my time. Did I call him? I mean, what I'm supposed to assume he's on my team or it's on my team. I have no fucking idea, because because just like the predator would do, like you propose, you creeped into my life, and then you propose like a solution. You propose you're on my team, and then anytime as soon as I went to implement. Implement procedure. You threw males and drugs. You drowned me in males and drugs. Males and drugs. I'm supposed to trust that? Okay. So here we go again. So what I'm saying is, there's a lot of this. Soulless beings may or not be. That's one. That does not. Well, if the entity longs for death but lacks courage to kill herself at 14, assume she has a soul. She's going through some kind of pain you can't even imagine, me included. But me more. I'm the least likely to ever exist that can understand that. I would say that that doesn't mean I can't speak up for her. Two, soulless being or not, they just need to shift their consciousness. We're in individual soul groups, and we do this, and we do this in little bitty groups at a time, and we never resolve nothing, and we just all run off to our separate realities and let leave other consciousness trapped, including children, or go do some ancient goddamn bizarre practice of like the earth. You are the Earth's bitch. You're the bitch of the realm. Even the Native Americans got this shit backwards. And I'm sure they got that from the cataclysm with Saturn, the sun shifting. They thought they were subject to the realm, and they feared the realm, and therefore they got this ridiculous reverence for like the realm and obeying the realm and subservient to the realm, which is absurd. So there you go. There's something going on here that don't add up. And if, I ain't saying your own rescue or healing mission, but if you were, look at look what's on the internet. It don't add up. It looks like there's a day. I'm sorry, Devin. It certainly looks like there's a day out there.